let's jump back in. We're refreshed here. Let's see what we can do. Pawn into the middle. Knight out to defend. Obviously, we want our other knight out, but against these two moves, we do go with the bishop. Then our knight comes out. I like to go with the early snork here to deal with that. Okay, interesting. Let's get castled here. Oh, okay, well, that's a capture there. We'll keep our bishop aimed at the center. We will bring the rook into the middle, hitting that central pawn. And when the pawn pushes, we can use that pin. We are level 3, and we need to play this move. So we get to utilize the pin. We're not just pinning. We're using the pin. We know that this pawn can't move. That's the difference. Basic tactic, advanced tactic. It's still a fork. It's still a pin. It's still a skewer. But you just kind of take it a step further in its application. Okay, so we took, and then the bishop just kind of goes there. So I'm not... We'll take, right? I mean, we took here. The guy's not going to take me back. I'll keep going. I got all day. Happily. Take. I mean, if you want to just keep playing checkers here, bud, that's fine. Okay, he moves the knight. Let's not get too stressed here and go back to our habits. Bishop controlling the center of the board. We want to like get our queen up, get our rook over. Not going to miss a trade. Now let's get our queen up. And our rook can come over like to d8, e8. Both look pretty good. We have our snorkel. Bishop hitting the middle. Both bishops, actually. The knights both hitting the middle. Honestly, I'm pretty satisfied with how the game looks so far. Okay, bishop coming out, and there we go. There's the rook into the middle, which certainly looks nice. Okay. Shall we, RPM? Just to clarify here, how about a queen trade? Can I interest you? Can I interest you? Queen back. Okay, I'm a little annoyed that he's not he's not interested in our trade. I thought it was a pretty fair offer. Let's take, just going with our RPMs here. We have our pieces in the middle. Queen, I'm looking at the center of the board. I'm going to move into the center of the board. And those are our RPMs. We have a pawn in the center. We have this one to follow. So these are the next couple moves I'm looking at. Queen in the middle feels very comfortable. King, it's got some space here. Never worried about a back rank checkmate. That is why we have our snorkel at all times. Okay, queen here. I think it's time to keep pushing our pawns here. Let's go with this. Okay. Well, our pawns have come to a brief halt here because our bishop's under attack. So it's a little annoying. I guess we'll stay central, like hitting the center of the board there. Okay, the queen moves up. What can we do here? I don't mind, my queen into the center, like staying in the center here, but maybe offering some support for this pawn. Okay, h3. You gotta respect the guy. Getting his snorkel in there. I think we want to continue. Let's push these pawns. Offer a queen trade. Okay, I mean, look, guys. Gotta get these pawns moving here. Not gonna say no. Get them going. We have a pretty nice looking position, right? We have bishops controlling the center. Knight where it should be. Like, everything about the position makes sense. Let's continue. RPM, RPM, RPM. Bishop's being hit. I'll go into the actual center. Okay. Same with the queen. I'll stay in the center. And like I've got these pawns. Okay, let's take that. Yeah, I've got these pawns. We feel pretty good about that. Knight here. Okay, queen's being hit. Where are we going to put this thing? Suppose we can stay in the center here. Okay. Okay, we'll continue pushing. Okay. There is a fork. That's some kind of something. How about that? A little check, a little take, and then, oh, we got this bishop here, buddy. Yep. Not going to forget about that one. Okay. Knight takes on b5. We've won a lot of material here. I just want to make sure to get our pieces back to civilization. So the center is civilization to me. With our hawk-like vision here, we are able to spot this nice fork to most likely close out this game. Well, the material disappeared at the end, but understandable as he was getting really low on time. And how could you possibly play this position when the pawns are storming at you? It was early on here that for some reason when we took, he just didn't take back. I didn't understand why. But yeah, maybe it was being too clever with this, and we took, and we had a wall of pawns barreling down at him for the rest of the game. So a little bit fortunate, but you got to take what your opponent gives you there. We made sure to capture everything and then keep putting our pieces in the center, towards the center, aimed at the center, and paid off. That's it. Cthulhu Dancing, thanks for the 27 months. And 27 is a popular number because Donnie Tsunami GG is also back. Thank you, Donnie. Good to see you, Donnie Sue. We also have a prime used from Donnie. Too many steps. Gotta make sure to check the prime. Exclamation mark prime. $13.64. Let's see if we can keep it up. We're up against a Bronx Ninja Turtle. Okay. Yep, you heard me. Let's take that in the center, and obviously we want to move a knight, so we're going to move the knight that hits the queen. Makes the most sense. Other knight out. We want to get our bishop out, hitting the center, of course. And how could you complain, right? Sitting here feels like in a great position. Let's castle. We're going to bring a rook into the center of the board nice and quickly. Let's snork up here. Not going to miss our opportunity. And, I mean, we can play this, but especially with the pin and even without it, I would still do d5. We want to make sure we are expanding a little bit more than we have in the past. We're at level 3. We got to take that center. He's going to go ahead and defend. Obviously, we want to take. So let's do so. We want to keep taking until we can't anymore. All right. And, well, with the bishop here, I think with this pin, it definitely makes sense to play f5. We can just follow our good habits of utilizing that pin. And remember, nothing ever goes wrong when you... No. Again, we move pawns in front of our king to execute a tactic and it doesn't work out. No. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Like, I can't keep doing this. This is why I tell you guys, don't move the pawns in front of your king. You think you're doing a tactic, but you're not. That's why I can't stress enough. Don't do it. Leave these pawns at home. You know, I walked so you guys could run, all right? I'm getting hit bad here. Don't make the same mistake as me. Don't make the same mistake. Just leave the pawns at home. There are other good moves that we can make in that position. All right, well, we're doing this. Best we got at this point. Yep. Okay, well, let's move the queen in the middle here. Offer a trade. Yep, okay, take that. And we'll double up in the middle. I feel like this is pretty reasonable. We're doubled up. It is the end game, so I would think about bringing my king in, but with this wall of pieces, it's not even clear how I can get there. So let's hit our opponent with an RPM or two. Yeah, don't mind if I do. Couple RPMs, keep me honest. All right. He's pushing. What should we do here? Can move our bishop maybe into the middle. Hit our opponent's knight. Looks reasonable. Okay, bishop here. Well, I guess we'll definitely take. And we'll take once again. And we'll take once again. And we'll take once again. Okay, well, there you go. Here comes the king. Okay. It's fine. Yep. Going into the middle here. Don't mind if I do. Oh, what the hell? Okay. Let's see if we can get a good idea on what our opponent is going to try to do. I mean, this is the priority here. Making sure that we snag that one, right? Okay. So we got it. So now that we have this, let's put our king in the middle. And think here. With the king in the middle, I'm going to push our pass pawns, right? So we got RPM over here. Boom. Okay, let's get some RPMs. Yep. Let's go for this one. Okay, it's not interested in doing anything. Okay, our king's already in the middle. Move the RPMs there. I think we can make a pass pawn over here. Okay, I'm seeing the possibility. Okay. Yeah, obviously that's the direction to go. Okay. Well, we're making a pass pawn. That's what we were doing last move. RPMs. I don't know. Did we fake him out or something? Like b4 threatening this pawn to queen? I don't know. That was a rather odd decision, but it reinforces that our opponents are not too strong in the end games. That's where we need to be going every single time. Look how much easier it became. Matter of fact, we started bringing our king to the middle. We dropped a pawn. We dropped another pawn. Buddy went for the trade. We took that. We just used our endgame habits. King to the middle. Took that and just pushed a bunch of pawns, and that's it. He was up a pawn going into that king and pawn endgame. It's crazy. It's crazy. You gotta go to the endgames. These guys don't know what they're talking about, and you do. You have a very simple set of endgame rules to follow, and oh my goodness, they work like a charm. Go Fetch 13, thanks for the 8 months with Prime. If it's a Prime sub, I'll go fetch. All right, we're up against Amir here. Gonna put our pawn into the center. Well, that was enough to scare Amir. 15 seconds, he does make a move, and we're out. Okay, knight into the middle, attacking the center pawn. Bishop to e7. Amir, are we good? Look like a pre-move. Amir seems to have gotten off to a poor start. Okay, Amir, I'll give you one opportunity. Okay, all right. There we go, Amir. Felt bad. Okay, knight out. Got our knights. We're taking the full center. Obviously, we go for a trade, and hey, we might even get a queen trade. And as karma would have it, Amir gives us the queen trade we so desire, which means we're in an endgame. This is what we like. Pawn up. That's just a nice trade. We will bring our bishop out. We can't go here. That's the center. Bishop out. We want to attack the center. There it is. It's going to be this one. Let's bring the rook to the middle. We got our other rook coming to the middle as well. Okay. We can double the rooks. I like that. Also our king to the middle. It is the end game, so we definitely... Okay, let's take that. Definitely want to get our king in. Okay, king's in. Pushes. I'm thinking of just doubling. So my plans in general here are doubling, RPMs, knight into the middle. So this, and then maybe some, whatever pawn moves. So let's go for it. Double up on the D file. I'm not saying that we're guaranteed to win this, but you can imagine I'm feeling pretty good because it's an endgame. That's it. Okay, there's a trade there. There's a trade there. Okay, and we'll take a pawn in the center, and already we're barely into the endgame, and you can see why we're so happy. Okay, we'll take that. And our opponent brings the knight into the middle. Definitely a good move by him. I think we want to, keep bringing our king up. Okay. Bring our king up again. Okay, our opponent is giving us this pawn. So we just king up straight into the middle. We haven't got to the middle yet, so certainly looks like a good idea. Into the middle of the board we go. And I don't know. I'm just looking at pawns to take. Use our knight, take the pawns. Between this pawn push and taking his pawns, I don't know. They both look good. They all look good. I'm just hunting pawns here. Try to take this. But guys, seriously, if it looks like I'm overwhelming my opponent because I'm a grandmaster and he's a 1300, just literally look at the position and ask yourself, how could you possibly, you're up a fucking piece. The guy's not moving his king. It's the endgame. He hasn't touched it. How can... This is nothing to do... Like, the guy hasn't touched his king. I don't understand. Okay. Knight takes. I see the end zone here, so I'm gonna just be pretty much ignoring everything and... Yeah. Take me home. Okay. Okay. King up. I think it's time to bring our queen into the action. Start to make some threats. Like, the first time he moved his king, guys, the game was over, right? We're like 37 moves deep in the game. You can't tell me that this is difficult. I move my king and knight around, and I'm literally against his one knight. So obviously, I'm going to win the game. It's not difficult. Like, up till here, this is a walk in the park game. They all are. Anytime you get this early trade, queens off, pieces out, snorkel, rooks to the middle, king to the middle, because it's an end game, like, this is easy stuff. Double the rooks on the open file, we trade everything. This is a dream here, because we already know we're going to be better than them in the end games. We always are. Bring our king up. The guy's hanging material. But never, not once, does it occur to him to bring his king to the middle. That would change everything. Not saying we still wouldn't win, but he'd have a much better chance at defense. But he's moving his knight, he's moving his pawns, that's it. The only time he moved his king was when he was dead lost. It's move 37, dude. When did the end game start? Move 21. It's insane. He's just down a piece. Like, there's no other explanation. Go to the end games. It's a free win. Let's go to the next one. We match in the center. Out with the knight. That's a trade. That's a trade. And at level 3, certainly, we know the right order of all these moves. They all look decent. The bishop has nowhere to go. We never put it in front of that pawn. So yes, the pawn comes first. And then the knight, so that we don't get hit with that. Now, we're really just doing the same habits, but in a different order. That's pretty much what level 3 is. Same habits, different order. And not always different. Sometimes the exact same. But depending on the position, we just might adjust. Now, our bishop modestly develops to e7. I know it's not looking great, but let's snork up here. It didn't really have any other places to go. Bishop out. Let's get the rook over. Okay. This bishop only has this square to develop to, and it is in the center, so it looks pretty nice. Well, that's a trade there. That's a trade there. Let's bring the rook on into the middle. Okay, knight to b5. All right. What do you got for us, bud? I guess you're attacking this. Maybe I'll defend it, but also double. That looks like something. That looks like something. Okay, he's really going to take that pawn. Well, I guess we'll double. That's the first thing. He's going to defend the bishop. I mean, we need RPMs anyway, so this one makes a lot of sense. Okay, he does take us here. Let's take this one. We'll make our own decisions. Yeah, take. And then I can take this. Okay, we got our full endgame here. We are down a pawn. We are down a pawn, but we have the benefit of knowing what to do when you get to an endgame. Let's see if he does. Right? Let's see if he does. Let's bring our pieces into the middle, of course. Okay, we do have a fork here, so got to go straight for that. Ooh, okay. And he does defend. I thought we were going to be winning the entire piece here. It's unfortunate. Okay, well, let's head to the middle. Head to the middle. All right, what are you doing, bud? Okay, take. Okay, we'll put our bishop in the middle of the board here. Can we keep using our king? Okay, some hitting our pawn. Let's save it. Let's save it. Let's save it. Let's save it. Attack my pawns. You give me easy moves, dude. I don't even have to think for half a second. I was like, okay, next. Yeah. Use our king. All right, we just want to move the king around and see if we can take our opponent's pawns, and we can. Okay. Well, that wasn't very difficult. We have a passed pawn, so as always, let's move it. Let's get that pawn up the board. Okay. Passed pawns pushed. Time to move our king yet again. Let's see. Obviously, we want to push this pawn, but as long as he's covering, we can't really do it. So, man, my king, everything's stuck together here. I can't move. This is not very. I'm kind of stuck in the middle here. This is not very good. Okay, let's see. Bishop back. Maybe we can take this. Okay, let's see if we can push our pawn here. Okay, now we get in the center. We're in the center, and we know our mission. Our mission with the king is, like, just hunt down the pawns. Even if you fail doing it, you can still attempt it. Like, I'll move over here. If he defends it, okay, like, then I'll move over here. If he defends it, I'll move over here. If he defends it, and if he defends everything, congratulations. I mean, probably I just can't win at that point. So, going after this. Just take that. So this pawn is covered. This pawn is covered. Okay, so if we're just kind of attacking the pawn and then attacking the pawn, we can see the guy's got us covered here. Okay, so we need a new plan. We need a new plan. New plan, anyone? We've tried attacking this pawn. It does not work. Try attacking this pawn. He was able to defend both of them. Go attack this pawn. He's able to defend that. I mean, what can this guy not do? My goodness. Got everything Got everything covered here. I mean, moved out of the way. I don't know if we can really queen our pawn here, but we can certainly threaten to queen the pawn. Okay, it didn't work. Move your king, please. That didn't work either. Well, he's up to task here, isn't he? I mean, what are we supposed to do? Feels like we've been doing the exact same thing for ever and we're on lap number 3 here, precisely. We're on lap 3. Guys got everything covered. Okay, and hey, there's a pawn move. Did anything change? We can go for another lap. Go ahead. Vroom. Hey, it worked. If at first you don't succeed, try again. We just did the same thing over and over. Yes, let's get some pre-moves in. Actually, we're even going to win his bishop here. Ah. Okay, let's take this. Okay, and let's make a queen. But we got to get this bishop out of the way so that we can really... Yeah, now we're talking. Wait, what? Like I said, now we're talking. Well, the ladder never fails. Yeah. Okay, beautiful. Nice ladder right there. And most importantly, I think we won because we just tired him out. I think we just had more endurance than the guy. We had more stamina. Because the position looked like this on move 47. And... he looked like this on move 82. So I think he just got tired, to be honest. All of a sudden it worked. I can't explain it. Can't explain it. The guy must have got tired. We did the exact same thing for like the last 10 minutes, but he couldn't keep up. Better stamina. Let's go. Andy is Yoda, thanks for the 74 months. Thank you, Andy. And Doc 8ball 41 tier 3. Welcome back, Doc. Cheers, Andy. We did have a dono from Cthulhu dancing. Thank you, Cthulhu. It is for a song. Let's see what this is. I think this might be a vibe-fitting song. I've added it next. Thank you very much, Cthulhu Dancing. For sure, bud. Yeah, we don't usually do song requests while we're deep in the circle habits, so it took a while to get that one in. Not usually checking those. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward. It's going to come up next. In fact, you may have timed it beautifully, Cthulhu. We may have your song for a possible 1400 Ascent. So, perhaps very well timed. All right, pawn into the middle. Let's see what he wants to... Oh, okay, well, he's going to go with that move. Let's just take the full center, and we got to support that pawn here, and the knights come out, so this is looking pretty good. Now our bishop comes out as well, defending that pawn. We'll get castled here. Okay. Take that. Take that. Rook into the middle. Okay, queen needs to move. Let's snork up here. It's going here. I really want to put my bishop on this square. So let's RPM. My bishop can go where it wants. My rook comes to the middle. I don't know. This feels like, a pretty solid and safe opening here. Let's do that. Okay. We got just about everything we want here. We got a central RPM, so we'll make sure to play that. Okay. Bishop needs to move. I guess stay attacking the center. Doubling makes sense. Okay, queen is hit. Hold on a sec. Doubling makes sense. It's about the only thing that makes sense. Why does this position look a little rough? A little rough around the edges here. So we're doubled. We've got, why does it feel like I've done nothing wrong? But I'm not sure what to do here. This position looks rough. Dude. Our knight has nowhere to go. We have 0 RPMs. Here. I'm lost. Lost for a move. Pawns are just... Oh my god. What do we do? Trade? Please? Oh, okay. Position's awful. Here, can I get something? Pawn up. I guess knight into the middle makes the most sense here. Not really sure what to do after that. Back like this. I don't know. Boys, this looks absolutely hopeless. He's pushing his pass pawn. I mean, I feel like we're getting hit with habits ourselves. I don't even know. Bishops gotta move. Only have one square. Oh my goodness. Take that, I guess. Rook is hit. Stay in the center, I suppose. Okay, I guess we'll take this free piece here. That's something. That's something. We're breathing here. Can we offer a queen trade to our guy? He took it. Wait, what? And then he hung his knight. What's happening? This guy was absolutely smashing us. Ooh, a new lease on life here. What just occurred? He blundered a knight. He willingly traded queens, and then he blundered another one. The guy's imploding. Wait a minute. We're here. We're really out here. Take a pawn? I mean, this is unbelievable. A comeback for the ages. Okay. Let's take. Okay, he's reminding me. Red dot. Okay. Okay, is he locking back in? I'm not here for this. It's attacking our knight here. Okay, let's defend. Let's just defend it. Okay, he's attacking our bishop. Let's... Okay. This is still somehow a close game. Let's get our king into the middle. Never mind. There's no king in the middle. I think this is a pawn we want to take, though. That does make sense. Okay, the knight's hit. Well, I pretty much always say safest place is back where we came from. So, yeah, this square hits both of the squares in the center. Let's trade that. Okay, rook trade. We do have our king joining the middle. Like if he doesn't trade, then I think we're happy to have our king jump in. Okay. Let's first of all, let's take a pawn. I mean, let's be real. We need to use our rook to just take every single pawn on the board. King into the middle. Okay. Let's take, okay, bring our bishop, more towards the middle. Like everybody just congregate in the middle, please. And everybody, oh, okay, let's take that. That's helpful for us. That's big. Everybody congregated in the middle. We take those, and he's even gonna resign. No, but this is crazy. What happened this game? Guys, we were dead in the water. This was going down as one of the most brutal games, just out of sheer lack of moves. Like this position right here. Oh my God. This type of collapse you will almost never see. Probably the best reason to have your stick on the ice at all times, because this is crazy right here. We were getting abused. And look what happened. It almost looked like it was culminating with an amazing finish, and then he blundered a piece. And then he traded queens like it was no problem. And then he just tossed the piece. It's almost like he thought his pawn was defending it backwards. And then, I mean, the game happened. He ended up blowing the rook at the end. But, oh my god, like, this guy's a very strong player. Just the implosion at the end. JJ Ferron, thanks for the 16 months. And we are at 1396. Can we make it happen? Right here, right now. Pawn in the middle. We're playing a 1400 to become a 1400. It's only fair. Got the two knights out, and as always, we will take the center here in level 3 if permitted, and we are permitted. Okay, that's a nice trade for us. We get our bishop out. We want a castle. Snork up, bishop out, rooks into the center. I think you guys know the drill. There we go. Here, rook e1, other rook to d1. Okay, don't mind that trade. Not at all. Bring our rook to the middle. Not sure what he's doing, but let's just focus on getting our pieces in and then hitting the RPMs. All right, everybody's happy here. It's RPM time. Two rooks in the middle. Snorkel, so our king is safe. The bishop hitting the center. It's bringing the queen over here. RPMs, you know, we'll go with the ones in the center first. So I'll start with this. Yeah, let's take. Bishop to d8 is a rather weird move. Well, we do have a little bit of a lineup here. I'm not sure if this is going to be a tactic, but knight into the center of the board. Also uncovering. I mean, that's pretty satisfying in terms of a move. So he takes us, and I think we can, we can kind of showcase the tactic a little bit with bishop takes rook. I mean, this is the whole point of that knight move. It's great that it was in the center and that it also attacked something, but I wasn't sure if we were actually going to win anything there. If all he did was move his rook, I wasn't entirely confident, but he blunders. So all of a sudden we have a chance. Okay, he takes. Let's take ourselves here in the middle. He's taking a pawn. We can take a pawn. Our king is safe. That's like the best part about all of this. Okay, he's putting that pawn there. I would probably play this move no matter what, even if the queen was somewhere else. Because, we just want to stop that pawn dead in its tracks. And stop it we shall. Now I think we want to bring all the pieces back to the middle. So bishop out. Let's bring the rook back. Smart move by him. Let's bring the queen back. And, we've just kind of survived. Okay, let's get our own RPM in there. Feels like we've survived pretty nicely. We got extra material. Let's maybe double up here. Okay, it's hitting our rook. Let's definitely double up. Okay, not exactly ideal. Could we maybe do a trade? I don't know if he's going to trade with me. He seems like a pretty strong player. Okay, we have the extra material. This is a guarantee, so maybe we can try to trade some of it off. All right, rook for rook, queen for queen. Like, these are always going to be trades we want. And obviously I want the queens the most, because if the queens disappear, finally I can bring my king in. And that's what we're really looking to do here. Okay. Happy to get that trade in there. That feels really nice. But I just don't feel good until the queen's been traded off, you know? Okay. Still don't really know what we are doing here. But I'm all about trading the queens, so let's see if this works. Soon I almost feel like there's going to be enough checkmate threats that he's going to have to take the queen. Okay. Just bringing the king up. I guess we'll just go back and start to bring our king in. Okay. Let's go with our king. Okay. The king is in. Okay, bishop here. Stay central and hit the bishop. There's not a lot of stuff left. It's like 2 pawns versus 3 pawns, bishop and rook. Let's bring the king into the middle. We're in the end game. We know we've got extra material, but can we do anything here? Just moving the pawn. I mean, yeah, what do we have really? Attack the bishop. Rook can't really go in the middle. This is not very easy. Take that. And the pawns are kind of, you know, I feel like I'm like too far behind the pawns now. Can we stop these pawns at all? It's kind of annoying. Like I'd like to go here, but I'm not sure that we can. So I'm kind of taking the long way back. Okay. Guess we'll take that. Oh. What? Wasn't familiar with your game. That was kind of sick. That was kind of sick. Because there's no way that he didn't plan that out. The way that he was moving was like it was all planned. Damn. Oopsie doopsie. Thanks for the 3 months. Androdetto, thanks for the 5 years with Prime. 60 months. Oh my goodness. Well, the good thing is it was only a draw because that was actually kind of a nice tactic. But fortunately, he didn't have, for example, one more pawn left on the board, or else we might have lost there. So we got to be pretty happy. Okay, we still have another shot. We still have one more shot here. Okay. Pawn move in the middle. And as usual, I mean, if the guys are not taking the center, I just feel like we have to. Queen checks. Very weird move. I don't really understand that. What's he up to? Queen out very early here, guys. Not sure if it's something we should be afraid of. Okay. Let's get our bishop developed. Usually if you have the center like this, you also need to like support it. Okay, let's castle. Yeah, we're gonna go for snorkel, of course. Rook into the middle. Bishop out. We have the full center, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. Pawn hits the knight. We check the center first. There are no knight moves, so next best would be knight here, I think. Bishop out. And we'll hit the center. Okay, knight hits our bishop. We'll stay in the center here. Queen up, rook over. This is looking like what we want. That's a trade. Not gonna second guess myself there. Another trade. Sure. Okay. Bring the rook into the middle. Don't mind this position here. All right, what do we have? We have all of our pieces moved. We have the snorkel. I might want to double my rooks, but I clearly can't right now. This knight also doesn't have a lot of squares to move to. I would say only this one can be considered. So in the meantime, just gonna go with RPMs because I can't really double. So may as well get the pawn moves up, see how he reacts. It'll probably give me a, another idea on what to play. So we'll take another RPM. And hey, for example, if he takes, we can return our knight there. So that was worth it. Instead of like moving the knight right away, we have some pawn moves to make, do them, and then see what the position looks like. Okay, well, the knight in there is obviously quite dangerous looking. We're going to take that. And yeah, I guess I'll take that pawn. Yeah, don't mind it. Looks fine. Okay, that's a take for sure. And pretty even position here. We still have a central RPM, so we'll go and do that. Everything looking spick and span here. Not a care in the world, just a guy and his RPMs. Random pawn moves. Okay, rook there. Gotta move this bishop. I guess we'll keep it central. Okay, that's a trade. That's a pin, isn't it? That's pretty. It's brutal. I don't really have these moves available. They're not playable. So I think at this point, yep, just because it's my only move, I have to play this, but I'm really not happy about it. It's pretty, yeah, it's a pretty bad move in general. Okay, king, let's put it to safety, use the snorkel. That I can do. That I can do. Okay, he's pushing the pawn here. I understand that. What can we do? I mean, we're still pinned here, so not too much. You can definitely give him a check. Do that. Little check. Got another check here. Actually, I wasn't sure what I was going to do after this, but in doing this, we've also undoubled ourselves. So, I mean, just looking at the position now, that's a free bishop. We just threw a couple checks out there and accidentally unpinned ourselves. I'll take it. Literally. I'll take it. Okay, queen here. I think we retreat. I mean, this is covered, so let's just go back. To safety. It's definitely an interesting move. Okay. We take those. And we take those. $1,400. Today was not the easiest. Oh my goodness, we had some people doubting the habits. Fickle minds. But we still managed to make it to 1,400 using only these level 3 habits. We started early today. And we still made it happen. 1,400. They said it couldn't be done, Gob. The naysayers. But look at us now.